What's up? This is Benny Reita. Let's get into it. So, as you can see in the title, yes, I was really happy when my parents got divorced. I personally don't think a good marriage can end. If it was a good marriage, it wouldn't have to come to a divorce. And second, there's every family is different. Every divorce situation is different, and every divorce is tough on the kids and the parents. Somebody always ends up getting hurt, and that could be the parent, that could be the kids. And the type of hurt is the mental type of hurt, and it's the hardest one. Some people it is extremely hard to overcome it. Some people might be like, why would you be happy about your parents divorcing? Simple. Divorcing, I think when it comes to divorce, it means they didn't find the happiness they were looking for. And each one of them is going to go their own way to find that happiness. There's a lot of parents who sacrifice their happiness for the kids. They stay in a marriage just so the kids can be happy. But I don't think that's good at all. If a parent is not happy, whether it's my mom or my dad, and they're sacrificing their happiness for me, I don't want that. I don't want that kind of happiness at all. So when one of my parents said they were going to get divorced, I knew it was for the best. I knew it was for them to find their own happiness. Yeah, it is great when parents are together. It's amazing. It's an amazing thing. But if one of them is not happy, or if both of them are not happy, that's not good. So I understood that for parents to decide to split up, it's a tough decision. That mentally, financially, it's a whole wreck. The divorce is a huge thing. And as a kid, how do you look at it? Well, some kids, they grow up seeing their parents happy. They never get to see the behind the scenes. They never get to see their parents arguing. They just see love. And then all of a sudden, the parents are like, we're splitting up. They're like, what? And it is devastating. And I hear that. It's extremely devastating. But you gotta think, if they were so happy, why would they decide to divorce? So there's something that you're not seeing. If all of a sudden your parents, if they've been happy their whole life and all of a sudden they got a divorce, something bad has to happen. Nobody is like, oh man, I love my husband. Oh man, I love my wife. We're gonna live happily ever after. And then one day they just wake up like, yeah, we should just call it quits. That doesn't work like that. Something bad has to happen. And you might never see it because your parents will try to protect you from seeing horrible things. But something always happens, man. Yeah. And so when my parents got divorced, I knew that it was for the best. I was like, hey, I'm sorry it didn't work out, but I'm glad you had the nerve, you had the courage, you had the mental toughness to speak up and be like, hey, I can't do this. I'm going to go my way. He's going to go his way. I was like, I respect that. As a kid, I would never want my parents to sacrifice their happiness for me. That's just me, though. I don't know how you guys feel, but that's just me. I don't want that burden where a parent goes through a horrible life just trying to protect their kids. That's why it didn't really, I guess, it didn't take a big mental toll on me. I didn't skip school because my parents are divorced. I didn't cry in the shower. When my mom said she got divorced, I was like, yeah, pop the champagne, man. I'm glad you spoke up. I'm not saying there's one to blame. No. It's not about blame. It's about each of them finding their own happiness. And if they're happy, I'm happy. You know what I mean? So a lot of kids, they will blame one parent. They will blame another parent. I don't think we as the kids always get the full story. You might, some might not. But you always got to think that each of them is your parent. You got to love them. They respect you. You got to respect them. So I respect their decisions. Yeah. And a lot of kids don't know that it's for the best. They think, oh, that's the most horrible thing. We were living a good life. The way, from your point of view, might look like a good life. But from your mom or dad's point of view, they might have to go through hell and back every day to be able to sustain that relationship, And some parents, they will spend 13 years with that other parent, in a horrible life, getting verbally abused or physically abused just so their kids could be happy. You know, they'll be able to sustain all that pain just so their kids could be happy. I'm not that kid. I would never want my parent to go through any type of pain just for me. All right, and I know it's their job to protect the kids and all that, but at the end of the day, they're humans. Our parents are humans. They need love. You know, they need happiness. And if a divorce can give them that, I want that for them. You know what I'm saying? And I hope you get to understand from a different perspective, that most of the time divorces are for the best. Yeah. So if you've got a different point of view, leave it in a comment or DM me. You know, if you ever want to talk, if you're having a hard time with it and you want to talk, if you want to talk to me, I don't know if you ever would, if anyone would ever want to talk to me, but email me, Snapchat me, Twitter, anywhere, text me, whatever. You know, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.